This is a story about four friends. They are Pol, Alex, Eloi, and Andreu. They all share a trials background and they used to race together all around the world. At the moment, Pol is the only one out of the four that still races, being one of the best trials riders in the world. Although they all have great technical skills on the bike, one of the four has spent a few years, well, without much practice. Let's get serious and back to the story. The plan is to go to Menorca and do a round tour of the island, riding on the Camí de Cavalls track. They will start in Ciutadella and in 3 stages, 187 kilometers, and 3 days later, end back in Ciutadella, having completed the round trip of Menorca. The day started with rain and cold temperatures, and honestly, they expected better temperatures in October. The first kilometers until they reach the beach are super flat but rugged, and the crew got the first glimpse of the terrain they will be riding for the next few days. Although you don't do many kilometers per day, the trails were super technical with short but steep rocky descents. Menorca is known for its clear turquoise water and white sandy beaches. What our guys didn't expect was to be alone in paradise. But hey, perfection didn't last long, as Alex had a big crash, cut the tire, and some repairing had to be done. After riding on some of the best beaches in the country like Macarella, Cala Galdana and Cala Turqueta, the track takes a sudden change heading deep into the forest. The type of riding has a dramatic change, the trails are super flowy and the technical rocky sections disappear. It looks like you've been in a completely different country. The trip continues and Eloi has trouble crossing these sketchy bridges, and as you can see, the crew didn't help him much either. One of our media guys, Álvaro, crashed into the difficult sections, tearing up his shin and leaving a bloody trail behind him. It was getting dark and temperatures started to drop. It was time to speed up.
Okay, so we just left Alex, Eloi and the media team behind because they went straight to the hotel, and we just have I think 15 kilometers more or less to the hotel. It's dark night and yeah, we still keep going.
After a quick briefing with Joan, day 2 started with a totally different landscape from day 1. No more white sand and turquoise beaches were to be seen. Every now and then, the gates separate the different farms. It is important to close them to prevent the cattle to escape and adding new members to the Menorca wildlife. Next, they arrived to the natural park of Albufera del Grau, where our team met new furry friends before reaching Grau, a cool, white small village where they stopped to refuel. Time goes by and it's time to move on and try to get to a Far de Favarich. As you can see, there is a big contrast between the technical and easy section. To get to a Far de Favarich, they had to leave the original track for a bit, but the awesome views were definitely worth it. After a few more kilometers towards Fornells, the crew arrived at the hotel and day 2 was in the books. Hey, good morning Eloi, it's time to start day 3. This is the most difficult and fierce stage, even though it's just 60 kilometers with 850 meters of elevation gain. The track until Cala Pregonda is similar to the terrain of day 2, but trust me, after Cala Pregonda the riding gets serious. Really steep and really serious. The guys had to make the most of everything they've learned with their trials career. Disclaimer, no chains were broken climbing up this hill. This section is the most virgin part of the island. Most of the time you're riding alone and you can get into trouble if an injury or mechanical problems happen. This is one of the best cycling experiences you can do in Spain. The world-class beaches, the views, the crazy contrast, all concentrated in the small island of Menorca, makes it a cycling trip I'm sure you won't forget.